This is not the Chrisean Rock the internet is used to seeing. No fighting, no screaming, no viral mugshots. This time Chrisean showed up with something nobody expected, and it left fans completely stunned because after months of chaos, public breakdowns, and messy headlines, Chrisean just appeared in the most peaceful, heartwarming setting imaginable, and she wasn't alone. She showed up with her baby boy in a surprise live stream that's already gone viral across Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Chrisean pulled up to a local Bible study class surrounded by children, and fans couldn't believe what they were watching. No designer clothes, no lashes, no yelling, just a young mother in sweats, holding her baby on her hip, singing softly as gospel music played in the background. And right beside her, her son's little cousins clapping, laughing, and looking up at her like she was a superhero. What happened next only made the mystery deeper, because someone inside that church just leaked footage, and what Chrisean said during prayer left everyone asking, is this a redemption arc? Or is something else going on behind the scenes? If you told someone 6 months ago that Chrisean Rock would be spotted in a quiet church setting, holding her son, surrounded by children, and softly mouthing along to gospel songs, they would have laughed in your face. And yet, here we are. The same Chrisean who once went viral for throwing hands on a reality show, sobbing uncontrollably during IG lives, and screaming at Blueface in the middle of a mall, now found herself in a humble community church, sitting in a folding chair with her baby boy nestled in her arms, quietly soaking in the message of forgiveness. And it wasn't a paparazzi stunt. It wasn't a planned publicity moment. It was raw. It was real. And it was unbelievable. So how did we get here? Let's rewind, because this transformation didn't happen overnight. After a whirlwind year of chaos, viral fights, late-night meltdowns, and toxic headlines, Chrisean Rock found herself at a breaking point. Between her rocky public fallout with Blueface, the backlash over parenting, and her name being dragged through blogs and Twitter threads, the world was starting to see her as the problem, not the victim. The love story that once made people root for her had turned into a cautionary tale, and then she disappeared. No lives, no rants, no mugshots, just silence. Weeks went by with no trace of her online. Rumors started flying. Chrisean in rehab? Did CPS take the baby? Is she pregnant again? She's in hiding because of Angela. But none of it was true. She wasn't in hiding. She was healing. Sources close to Chrisean claim she cut her circle down to bare bones. No more hanger-ons, no more toxic friends, no more people feeding the fire. She moved back into her family's home temporarily, reconnected with her siblings, and most shockingly started attending private Bible studies with her auntie's church group. At first, she didn't say much, just came, sat quietly in the back, and listened. No security, no glam squad, no cameras, just a young woman trying to find peace. But what nobody knew, she wasn't coming alone, because from the second she decided to take this journey seriously, she made a promise: if I'm gonna be better, I'm gonna do it with my son. And so, every week, little Chrisean JRB came to, wrapped in his blanket, bottle in hand, looking up at the stained glass windows with wide eyes. And that's where things started shifting. One member of the church, who asked to remain anonymous, described the transformation like this: the first time she came in, she looked tired, worn down, like the world had drained everything out of her. But now, she walks in with a little bit of light, still guarded, but you can tell she's trying. You can tell she wants more. But here's where it gets even deeper, because last week, for the first time ever, Chrisean let someone film her during Bible study. Not a blog, not a network, just a quiet church member with permission, and what they captured was beautiful. In the clip, Chrisean is sitting in a small plastic chair, baby boy balanced on her lap, swaying gently as a woman leads the group in worship. She isn't crying, she isn't shouting, she's just still. And as the chorus echoes off the church walls, you hear her whispering the lyrics to her son. He's got the whole world in his hands. That moment went viral within hours. The video got reposted by dozens of fan accounts, TikTok users dubbed it Chrisean's healing arc. Even blogs that normally drag her were calling it surprisingly pure. People weren't just surprised, they were shocked, because this wasn't a PR stunt. This wasn't Zeus Network. This wasn't another moment of chaos. This was a mother trying to rebuild, and that hit different. But what really broke the internet was who showed up the second time she brought her son, because while Chrisean sat quietly with her baby, singing softly and nodding along to scripture, 3 little kids came running through the aisle and jumped into her lap. Her niece and 2 nephews, her son's cousins, smiling, giggling, playfully tugging at her sleeves, and instead of brushing them off or snapping, Chrisean did something that had every parent in the room staring with wide eyes. She wrapped her arms around all of them, held them, rocked them, and whispered, "We good now." No cameras, no clout, just healing in real time. But that moment was only the beginning, because later that night, one of those kids let something slip, something Chrisean wasn't ready to reveal yet, something that just might explain everything. The internet couldn't believe what they were seeing. Chrisean Rock, the same woman known for throwing fists on red carpets and cussing out baby daddies on live, was now being called Mother of the Year on TikTok. Fan pages went from posting her mugshots to sharing slowed-down gospel remixes of her rocking her son in that folding church chair. The vibe was different. The energy had shifted, but behind that calm moment in the church pew, something was brewing, something Chrisean wasn't ready to talk about yet, because while the world was praising her soft transformation, a child's voice accidentally cracked the truth open. Here's how it went down. After the prayer circle wrapped up, and after the kids had their juice boxes and sat in the side room with snacks and coloring books, a volunteer overheard one of the boys, Chrisean's nephew, say something strange. "He don't look like the other baby no more," the volunteer, thinking it was just innocent kid chatter, asked what he meant, and the boy replied, "Blue said it wasn't him, but I think it is, 'cause the baby got her nose." Pause. You read that right. Blue said it wasn't him. Now that might sound like a throwaway line, but in Chrisean's world, every sentence is loaded. And this one was like pulling a pin out of a grenade, because ever since she gave birth, the internet's been on fire with speculation over who the father of her child really is. Blueface has gone back and forth, one day denying it, the next day hinting at ownership, but in public, his message has been loud and clear. "That's not my baby." Even after the baby was born, even after photos showed the same jawline, even after fans dissected features like it was a paternity court case on Twitter, he kept the narrative going. But now, a little boy in a church coloring room just said the quiet part out loud. And it didn't stop there, because another child, one of the cousins, followed up with this. "Mommy said we're not supposed to talk about it, 'cause Auntie might get mad if people find out who really came to the hospital." Boom. That sentence, that was the match that lit the fire. Within hours, word started spreading in the church circle. Someone whispered to someone else, and before long, it made its way back to one of the women who had been recording that viral moment of Chrisean singing to her son. That same woman leaked the convo. A Facebook post popped up around midnight. "I'ma say this once. Something fishy going on. Y'all praise that girl, but y'all don't know the full story. She got people lying. Protect the babies." Another person commented, "Y'all don't even know who really at that hospital when the baby was born." Hold up. Someone else was at the hospital. Someone the public doesn't know about. The conspiracy train took off immediately. Fan accounts started pulling footage from her delivery vlog. Fans dissected background voices. One video even claimed they recognized a male voice that wasn't Blueface, softly saying, "It's okay. Breathe, baby." The comments section exploding. "That's not Blue's voice. Who was in the room with her? She been hiding something and now it's coming out." And just like that, the internet flipped again. The praise turned into questions. The peace turned into panic. And the healing narrative was cracking. Because now, the streets were talking about another man, a man who Chrisean had allegedly been close to during her off period from Blueface. A man who was spotted once helping her into a car outside a late-night studio session. A man whose name was quietly whispered in the background of a deleted IG live months ago. A man named Trevor. Who is Trevor? Well, that's the million-dollar question. He's not a rapper, not an influencer, just a low-key personal trainer who works in downtown Law. And according to insiders, he was once hired to help Chrisean bounce back after giving birth, but according to a now-leaked DM thread, they had a lot more than a trainer-client relationship. Screenshots posted to Reddit show a chat between Trevor and an unknown friend. In one message, he says, "You ever hold a baby and just know? That's my little man." But she's scared to say it. Can't blame her though, WHAT. The hell? That one message broke the timeline. Is Blueface not the dad? This woman got the internet arguing for months and it was Trevor. If this is true, everything changes. Suddenly, the Bible study moment looked different. Now fans were analyzing that viral clip like the Zapruder film. She was singing gospel, not because she was healed, but because she's hurting and hiding. She said, "We good now." Was she talking to the baby? Or herself? She's trying to keep the peace before the secret blows up. And then, like clockwork, Blueface tweeted, one word, no tag, no context, just, "Told y'all." He followed it up with a photo of himself and Angela, lounging in a car, clearly unbothered, and in the background, his phone screen open to a blog headline about Chrisean's alleged secret baby daddy. Angela posted a heart emoji. It was petty, calculated, cruel, and fans called it out instantly. Bro, what happened to healing? You rejected that baby for months and now you wanna throw shade? Didn't you say it wasn't your kid anyway? Pick a side. But the damage was done. Now everybody wanted answers. Is Blueface the father or not? Is Trevor really the man behind the scenes? And most importantly, does Chrisean even know the full truth? Because there's one thing she's never addressed. Not in any interview, not in any live, not in any leaked voice note. The DNA test, did it happen? Was it positive? Or was it inconclusive? And why was that test, if it exists, never made public? Insiders claim it was done privately, without lawyers, without cameras, and without any official paperwork filed, just for peace of mind. Well, now, that peace is long gone, and in the middle of it all, standing in a church pew with a baby on her hip, is Chrisean, trying to act like everything's fine, trying to keep it together, trying to protect her son. But the truth is crawling out fast, and what happens when the internet finds out what she's been hiding might destroy every ounce of peace she's fought so hard to build. By now, the peaceful Bible study moment had been buried under a mountain of rumors, leaked DMs, and a whisper campaign that was spreading like wildfire. What was supposed to be Chrisean's moment of healing had turned into a national guessing game about the true identity of her son's father, and the deeper people dug, the more twisted it got. And it all traced back to one day. Her labor and delivery. Let's rewind the tape. When Chrisean gave birth last year, it was chaos. Blueface wasn't present, at least. That's what we were told. At the time, Chrisean was rushed to the hospital under the radar. No paparazzi, no crew, just her, a bag packed by her cousin, and a small inner circle that swore to protect her. A blurry clip circulated later showing her in a hospital gown, breathing hard, gripping someone's hand, but the angle was tight, and the identity of the person holding her hand was never confirmed. Fans assumed it was a nurse. Others thought it was her sister. But now, with this Trevor name surfacing, people started reanalyzing the footage, and then it happened. Someone leaked to security. Badge log from the hospital.it showed 3 visitors signed in under Chrisean's patient ID. One was her cousin, one was her stylist, and the third, Trevor K. Full name, Trevor Knight. Age, 30. Occupation, personal trainer. Emergency contact status, approved by patient. Boom. That one receipt flipped the entire narrative, because Trevor wasn't just some trainer who helped her post-pregnancy. He was in the delivery room. He was there when the baby was born. And now, he's the one allegedly telling close friends that he feels like the baby's his. Now fans were spiraling. If Blueface wasn't there, and Trevor was, then what else did she lie about? She let the world attack her over Blueface saying that's not my kid, when she could have cleared it. What kind of mom drama are we watching unfold in real time? And then came the second bombshell. An anonymous nurse who claimed to have worked in the maternity ward the day of Chrisean's delivery posted a blurred photo to a private Facebook group. The image? Chrisean, sweaty, crying, holding her baby, and next to her, a tall man with locks, cradling the baby's head, not Blueface. Trevor. The photo had no timestamp, no caption, just one small heart emoji. Within 10 minutes, the image was on Twitter. 30 minutes later, it was on the Shade Room. By the end of the night, it was front page gossip everywhere. The internet exploded. This the real baby daddy? She been letting Blueface play her publicly and the real one been right there. Girl, why were you silent all this time? But it didn't stop there. Because someone, and we still don't know who, leaked a voice note allegedly recorded the day after the baby was born. In it, Chrisean's voice is trembling as she says, "I don't want to make this public. It's already messy, but he was there. He held me down, and I'm scared if I say too much, they'll drag me. He was never named, but now everyone assumes." Trevor. So why did Chrisean keep this quiet? According to one insider, a hairstylist who worked with her 2 months ago, Chrisean was scared that if she said the wrong name publicly, Blueface would retaliate by dragging her reputation again, and she'd lose her network deals. And now it makes sense. She was stuck between truth and survival. Either admit Blueface wasn't the father and risk more public humiliation, or stay quiet. Let him deny the child, and protect her peace in private. But now that the story is leaking, anyway, she's backed into a corner, and guess who's loving it? Blueface. He started subtweeting again. Hard. Now y'all see why I kept my distance. I knew something was off the whole time. Y'all laughed at me. Now what? Then he posted a video of him with Angela, laughing as Billie Jean plays in the background. "Not my lover, not my son," he captioned it. Mood. Disrespectful, petty, calculated. But Angela, oh, she wasn't staying quiet either. She tweeted, "They always circle back when the truth comes out." Too late now though, and suddenly, the timeline turned. People who were cheering on Chrisean's peaceful mom era now wanted answers. Was Trevor really the father? Was Blueface right all along? Did Chrisean purposely let people believe something false for months? Meanwhile, Trevor? Still silent. No interviews, no lives, no tweets, just one story post. A black screen, white text. "I was there, that's all that matters." And that post only made things messier, because now fans are starting to wonder, is Trevor staying silent to protect Chrisean, or because he signed something? Because let's not forget, Zeus Network reportedly had cameras rolling that same week. And there's been no footage from that hospital release since. Is there more we're not seeing? Are they sitting on clips that show the truth? Did Chrisean ask them to bury it? One producer who used to work on Crazy in Love claims she begged us not to show the full delivery. Not because of modesty, but because she didn't want people to see who was in the room. The silence isn't protection anymore. It's suspicious, and the fans are demanding the truth. Because if Blueface isn't the father, and Trevor was there from day one, why is the world only finding out now? And what happens when Chrisean finally speaks? Will she deny Trevor? Will she confirm the rumors? Or will she drop a name that nobody expects? Because sources are saying there might be a third man involved, and what they're claiming could blow this story wide open. The moment that blurred hospital photo dropped, the culture split like Moses parting the sea. Some fans clung to Chrisean's redemption arc like it was gospel, swearing she was still healing, still protecting her child, still trying to move in peace. But others, they were done, because in their eyes, she had played the victim for too long. And now the truth was clawing its way to the surface. And the biggest shift, it wasn't just coming from fans. Celebrities, influencers, and bloggers were now diving in, and everyone had something to say. First up, Summer Walker again. After her last tweet supporting Chrisean went viral, she followed it up with this. If you let the world go to war for you and the whole time you know the truth, that's manipulation. Fans were shook. Wait, is she turning on Chrisean now? She was just praising her last week. Nah, this feels personal. But Summer wasn't the only one with a change of tone. Erica Mena went on IG Live and said, "You know, I feel for Chrisean as a woman. I've been dragged too. But if you're letting your child's paternity stay messy for the blogs, that's not empowerment. That's exploitation." Then Tokyo Vanity posted a straight-up rant. "Blueface ain't never been no good. That's facts. But sis, if this Trevor guy been in the background, loving that baby, showing up, being 10 toes down, and you letting the whole internet destroy you for clout?" She paused, sipped her tea and said, "I'm all for healing, but that don't mean you can lie." Oh, and then out of nowhere Cardi B dropped a bomb. She didn't name names. She didn't have to, but on Threads she posted, "Some of y'all baby mama drama would be over if you just told the truth. Y'all swear y'all healing, but healing don't involve hiding paternity results." Mick dropped. That thread alone got over 3 million views and had Chrisean's name trending again, even though Cardi never tagged her. Meanwhile, the fan base was in shambles. One half of the internet was riding hard for Chrisean. She's a single mom who's been through hell. Y'all love to tear down black women when they try to rise. So what if Trevor was in the room? Maybe Blueface ain't deserve to be. We're not mad at her silence, we're mad that y'all keep trying to expose her.